Hello, ladies, gentlemen, beautiful people of all kinds. Welcome back to another episode of The Get Down. I'm one of your hosts, Apollo 13.
I'm your other host, Frantic.
And our guest today is...
Mr. Kid Coffin. What's going on, folks?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Man, it's going. It's going.
You've been busy lately.
I've been very, very busy, as you can tell by the attire.
Yeah.
Switching things up, going corporate, as they say.
But not really.
Not
You're
really.
also busy in the music scene.
Yeah, man.
You're doing both with grace.
Oh, doing my best, man. Doing my best. But yeah, man. Yeah, we got a new EP. Progress Only Comes with Patience. Comes out on September 30th. New single on the 21st. And then we got another EP coming out after that for Halloween. It's going to be a little darker, though.
Who are some of the collaborators?
For this EP, it's just myself and Blossom. Shouts at the Blossom Complex, always doing my entire producing since I started. And the next project after that, I don't think we have any features for either. These two are both solo.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I love...
No features, all you, you know?
No, trying to show them that it's so funny you say that because like I showed you one of those tracks where I'm singing. I did a singing track, but it's like got a bit of autotune and things like that, right? But I've never done a song like that.
Blossom's
and
great with the autotune,
I was like thinking, I could get someone for the hook, and I'm like, no, I said I was gonna do it alone. Doing it alone, I don't care. Yeah,
It came out good too, man.
No, man, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it, how it turned out.
I do it sometimes too, where I'm like, I'm gonna do the hook myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I should.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it works, right?
Sometimes it works, sometimes I end up commissioning somebody.
Yeah. I've done it a couple of times with Theo or Blossom Complex would just look at me and just go, yeah, man, that's not it. And we just scrap that.
It's great to have a producer that is willing to, say that too. Like, because you work together, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good to have validation from your producer, and other times it's good to have honesty.
Well, and exactly, right? And like I feel like a lot of people forget, especially with like hip hop, the beat itself. The beat was its own song before you hopped on it. So you kind of like have to respect the track a little bit, right? And especially like, respect the producer's thoughts and opinions on what you're putting down.
Yeah, it's cool that both of them are just you and entirely produced by Blossom.
Yeah.
Because like I love that in hip hop, because then it's like a collaborative effort. Like these days, a lot of people will have 13 tracks, 13 producers for
Exactly.
And when you do it just the two of you, it becomes like a collaborative.
A
true collaborative.
It's more a cohesive experience.
Yeah, and I mean we've done that. We've done that from the start. Like my last album, Dreams, I released last year, is all Blossom. My first two tracks that I first came out with, like Bodies and Rapture, that was all Blossom. I actually don't think I have anything released under my name that's not produced by him. And it just became one of those things where we work so well together. He really understands, when I describe something, what I'm looking for. And on top of that too, we just really vibe in the studio, right?
Yeah. So on that note, like, how'd you get started making music?
The actual making music, I always wanted to, it was probably like grade 11, grade 12 in high school. I just started, writing lyrics on those little memo journals they'd give you out at the start of the year, right? To keep track, the ones nobody used. And I just kind of started writing, and I'd look up YouTube beats, and, it took a while though to actually make something that could be put out, because my biggest issue was I couldn't stay on time. I could not stay on time for the life of me. And it wasn't until really I met Theo through my music business program at NSCC, and we were sitting down one day, and he's like, here, just try like this. My main thing was I was doing too much. Trying to say too much, going too fast. And he's like, you got to separate it here and here. You got to find your pockets, right?
Yeah,
but
I feel like a lot of people with chopping flows end up kind of facing that at the beginning, right? Because it's where you're rapping is so much more complex off the bat, that it takes a couple years before you actually find your pocket, especially
also,
with that style.
Sometimes it's the slightest thing, one syllable can be the one thing that throws everything off. You know what I mean?
And I'm a stubborn bastard. When I write something, I don't want to take anything out of it. Yeah, it's your baby, right?
But it's one of those things. It's something I had to work on too. I wanted to say so much. You know what I mean? And so part of it was being young and maybe a little angsty and just pretentious. I wanted to be as wordy as possible. Yeah. But it fucked up my flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's now it's about saying more with fewer words.
Exactly, and I mean, and even if you did have something like that, you find, you know, especially when you learn how to like find your flows and find your pockets, you can say the same thing that you want to say in 5 seconds in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, I think, yeah, like on your point, the choppy rappers, the really fast rappers, the ones that are like want to be really lyrical or diverse. That's kind of like always an issue when you first start out. But for me, it was literally just messing around, and you know, I was kind of a druggy kid in high school, so I didn't really have any goals or ambitions or anything I wanted to do, and I saw the
Shut
music.
up.
Yeah. Shout out to the past.
Shout out to the past.
So one day I just signed up for the music business program, and it kind of all steamrolled from there. Most of the class was rappers. It was funny, actually. There was only like 3 people that wanted to work in the business side, and there was like probably 12 to 14 rappers, a couple metal players. That was it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. Oh, you should have seen our professor's face on the first day, and like, you know, just everyone, I'm a rapper. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go.
That's usually people's reaction when you tell them you're a rapper.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a rapper? And that's my reaction when somebody tells me they're a rapper.
You're like, okay, sure.
I'm like, oh, fuck. Here we go.
No, and it's so funny too, because like I always feel like, oh man, it's so cool, like fuck yeah, that's dope, like you doing your stuff or whatever. It's always like, and then like when you hear it, I love it too when somebody's like, oh man, check out my stuff, and you're sitting right there in front of them, and like if it's good, then it's like oh man, I like this, but then when it's like it's
trash,
and you got to be like, yeah man, this is different, this is different, you know. It's different. Yeah,
it's weird.
Unique. Yeah,
like being like semi, you know, known around here, you know. People will come up to me at the bar just hammered and start trying to rap in my ear.
Oh, I don't even love
get
that.
Get the fuck away from me.
See, I love that. I personally love that at my bar, like, because that happens all the time. But
do
like,
you?
Oh yeah.
Well, you're tall, so people can't really get right in your ear like they can.
No.
They get right in, check this.
That's how like half of how I get my tips is I'll give the university boys a bunch of pictures, and then be like, oh, you guys like hip hop? Be like, you know, all those. It's like, oh, I rap myself. They're like, freestyle, and I just say, hey man, I can freestyle, but my style ain't free, brother. $5, and then they each get 5 from them. I'll do like a little quick, like triple timing, like Red the Ribbon, and they spend in like super fast pace, and they're drunk, so that they can't process, so they just go, that shit's hot. But I love it when they do that, because I come from like much more of like a battle aspect, like battling is how I started before even doing music, right? So I love an opportunity to be like, oh, okay, let's polish some skills.
We all battled too. And battling it's a totally different game.
It is.
It's fun though.
No, I love it. I like the fact that like we were just talking about, like having to stay on time, where the acapella battles, you can just kind of like the pocket's yours. You can make whatever time signature you want, right?
I found that hard. I like the limit. I like being limited by the music. I found like just all that open space. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
See, I love it. I love it.
And that's the thing with battling, and you're also a great battler.
Oh, thank you, man.
I want to say
that. Thank you.
On record, this motherfucker can battle straight up.
Don't let me blush too hard.
I've seen him fucking wash motherfuckers.
I definitely want to get another battle going. I was supposed to get something going with the Smoked Out guys, but then things kind of started falling through. Trying to get something set up though. It is.
I don't know. Billy mentioned to me one time, Billy Comer. He mentioned to me, I saw him at the bar, he said he wanted to get me and Airwhack to battle.
Oh, that would be a good one.
And I was like, that might be worth coming to retirement for.
Oh yeah, I would. I would definitely see that.
That would be a heater.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. No, I love one of the first battles I ever did. That was back when Rhyme and Punishment was still going. Shout out to Rap.
Shout out to Rap.
In Hugo's Bar and Grill, I put on like I had this thing with masks when I first started. Like when I first started, I was like doing like horrorcore, blood and guts music, like super angsty, right? White boy from Nova Scotia, like from Peggy's Cove. Bodies on bodies. Somebody that came up in my car the other day, and I was like, holy shit. I can't believe I put that out.
Yo, shout out to Body's Body Wash.
Yeah.
keep
Shout out to
Coffin
trying to
clean.
get a career.
Yeah. Yeah. They literally, yeah. They come on my real estate landing page. They find that track. I'm toast.
Yeah.
So I had like this massive third round in his comment. He's like, it was only like 3 comments, but Arwak commented, "Oh, thank God. My favorite part of the battle is when you put the mask on." Like sarcastically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that dude, man. That dude's awesome.
Chell also used to battle with masks.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's an interesting choice.
Yeah. I like it and I don't. I like it when it's done in good taste. Like if you're like if the schemes have something to do with the mask or there's some sort of like symbolism behind the mask. But when you kind of like just throw something on to look edgy, then it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I find it's a bit overplayed now, right?
I would tell you. Fuck, I don't know if I should say this.
No, don't go for it.
I already started it. So like the first time I ever rapped in public, I wore a mask just because I was shy. I was scared of public speaking, and it was the worst mask ever to wear.
What was it?
It was a Jason mask for real. It was at school. Yeah,
At school.
Yeah,
At
it was.
school.
It was super embarrassing.
Teacher comes and checks on the bathroom checks.
Super
He's just sitting
embarrassing.
there by the
He's
journals.
saving face with the goalie mask.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't think there's evidence of that.
No.
I hope, but there
Don't.
might be.
Yeah. If anyone has it, pull it up.
Send it.
Oh, yeah.
Send it.
Speaking about battle rap and different cadences, we just lost, one of the most prolific battle rappers in the world. And when you mentioned the freedom of the a cappella battle, like Pat Stay was the first person that came to my mind because he was actually fucking amazing at filling that time and like using dramatic pauses.
Yeah.
And then like hitting people like that. So rest in peace. We should include the GoFundMe in the link in the bottom. You can donate to his family, help them get through this trying time.
Oh man, no, he's an absolute legend. I mean, like he was one of the first when I started watching battle rap. Definitely one of the first guys, and he was also something. Watching someone from Nova Scotia do it, it kind of like gave me belief of like, oh, like if someone can do it from here, that means other people can do it from here. Just because Nova Scotia, like I just found, like compared to Toronto or Vancouver, it's such a smaller thing. And Patches had this thing of when he entered a room, he just took it over. Stage presence just unbelievable and yeah, crazy.
He was just
lyrics.
really good at fucking clouded people.
Oh my God.
He could make you look stupid. He was really good at it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget too. Like my first battle, he hosted with Quake. This was at the
I
Pavilion.
think that was my first battle too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no
When I
way.
battled
The
Chef
one that Jay
from-
Wheels threw
Jay
on.
Wheels?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember like I only did I filled a slot like a week before, never done a battle before, so I choked through pretty much all of it. Probably got a couple lines off here and there, but I can just remember, like looking at him and like immediately when I got on stage next to him, I was like, oh my god, like
Who are you
I'm gonna
battling
fuck
now,
up.
okay?
Yeah, Noah Carter. Yeah. Shouts out to Noah Carter. That guy. Yeah, he cooked me that night. But I was putting the mask on, and then the mask snapped. But like Pat just the whole time's there looking at me. He's like, "You got it, man. You got it. Go. Just like breathe, right? Like, just every time I met Pat, he was just such a supportive guy.
I avenged you there.
Yeah. No, you did. You did.
And I've battled Shift from the 902. Shout out Shift from the 902. We actually hated each other for a little while after that battle.
Oh,
And,
no way. Like, actually.
Yeah, there was. I wouldn't say we hated each other. You know what I mean? There was just like, some really rude shit was said.
I can see that.
As you should expect. But now we're really good friends. So shout out to battling,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
turning enemies into friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes friends and enemies.
Well, it's like one of those things too. Like I find battling is just such a, I find once you start, like you got to know like what you're going into. Like that's what you're going to there to do. You can't.
Well, you can't agree to a boxing match and then get mad when you're in the ring and buddy's hitting you.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly,
like,
right?
You know what you're there to do. Like, people can say things to me in a battle that they couldn't say to me in regular life.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's like, we agreed to do this, so like, I can't get mad. It's just I got to come up with something worse to say to you.
Yeah. Or you got to flip it somehow, right? You got to flip it right back on him, right? Yeah. There's been a couple times I've been rehearsing to like Blossom or something. He's like, man, you can't say that. Actually, it's been more than a few times, both battling and music.
I can't.
And that's what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You gotta stop talking about Germany, man.
I know, man. I got this infatuation with World War II history. I just can't come off it, man. I can't come off it.
You gotta stop.
I know. I know. It don't look
I'm
good,
gonna
especially with
this
this.
fucking conversation.
Yeah.
Right now. I don't want to go down this alley.
Yeah.
So we are getting ready to wrap up. I do want to touch on a couple more things. You've been doing some pretty big shows lately.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was opened up for Afro Man there a couple weekends ago, and that was holy smokes.
That was fucking awesome.
Frantic backing me up, and that was just that was the most exhilarating show I've ever done.
I saw the
personally.
footage. I wasn't able to go, sadly, but it looked bumping.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
it was wild.
it was a packed out crowd. Like it was probably, geez, I mean I don't even want to say a number. Like it was more than I've ever seen. Like I looked and it just looked like a blur, right?
Yeah. And level 8 looks like a spaceship too when you're up there. You
Oh,
just
it
feel like
does,
you're
man.
flying.
Yeah. You feel like it, I honestly felt like I was in a club in like New York or something, right? Like compared to like Halifax
Or like Pluto.
Yeah. Frantic is always, he's been on a spaceship the last few years.
Oh man, fuck yeah. Just fucking
Me too.
flying.
Yeah.
So what shows do you have coming up next?
So next couple shows I got coming up, opening up for Tech 9, October 8th at Level 8. Shouts out to Tech 9. That's going to be a wild one.
That's fucking
and
dope, man.
that's definitely going to be a show I'm really, because the Afroman one, I was kind of like, there were songs I wanted to do, but I knew that it would not fit the vibe of like, Afroman being more
like
like
more of a stoner kind of chill.
yeah, right? Like
Little comedic.
yeah. Well, like Tech 9, I'm gonna be able to like do I'll be able to go everywhere. So that's the next big one, and I've got a couple other shows I'm currently talking to a promoter about, but that's the one
That's gonna be under the wraps.
yeah, that's under the wraps now. October 8th at Level 8 Tech 9, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Fucking man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good.
Yeah.
And lastly, is there anything you want to shout out? Is there anything you want to speak about to the people? Let them know that is coming up, or
Yeah, man. Well, shouts out to my mom first and foremost.
Shout out to
always
moms.
shouts out to my mom, my pops. All my family and friends that always told me to keep doing music, even when I started doing other avenues, and I took a break for about half a year. They always pushed me to get back into it. So I don't think this next project I got coming out would have happened unless they kept telling me to get back into it. So definitely shouts out to them, and yeah, man, much love. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to never giving up on your dreams.
Man,
Yeah.
don't
Shout
stop.
out to adapting also,
Yes. Yeah.
And supporting people around you.
and supporting people around you, and also telling them when they suck. But nice.
And how to improve.
And how to improve. Oh, that's
And
the
how to
key.
improve. Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. That's the key.
Oh man, thanks for coming out and chilling with us.
No,
We know
man,
you've been
thanks for
busy,
having
but
me.
It's always good to see you.
Yes,
It's been a
man.
minute since we kicked it.
Yes, it's always a pleasure,
And
dude.
I'm
Always.
excited to hear your latest work. What's coming
Yeah,
out.
man, it's going to be, we're pretty excited. It's going to be dope. It's
We'll have
gonna
to
be
get
dope.
in the studio soon.
Yes, buddy, we have to. We still got to do, that battle sometime too.
Oh yeah.
We got to rematch that freestyle beat battle.
Done.
That we did.
Done.
Yeah.
Actually. No, I'm just joking. No, but maybe we'll set that up
Yeah, we
for a
should.
show in the
We should.
future. I think people would like to see that.
Yeah,
There's been
man.
any battles lately?
Yeah, we got to bring it back.
All
man, bring it
right,
back.
so look out for the rematch,
The
of
rematch.
Paulo and Kid Coffin.
Yes, man. David and Goliath right
The
there.
humble in the jungle.
The humble.
Winner gets pizza.
Winner gets pizza.
Loser also gets pizza. Come on. This has been another episode of The Get Down. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Check out the links below and stay safe out there.
That's it.